Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. I am giving you a craft room tour. I don't think I've ever been able to do that here in my channel just because it's always been a mess. So I'm finally able to give you that tour. And here we have it. So this room I actually share with my husband. So I will only be giving you a viewing of the right side. So from this cubic unit right here all the way to this section over here. I'm trying not to move it too fast. To right here is all mine. He gets the right side, and almost the entire portion of the closet is his. And I do have, since I over with all my yarn and my albums, but mainly that's all his. So I'm gonna just jump right in. I'm gonna kind of go back here to the door. If you look to the door here on the right side, it is not completed. However, I am in the works. Here I have my 2 bins right here that I keep for my kids. They get a reward system and also games. When we play games for the holidays, they get tickets and they get to cash it in, and I have a ton of stuff. Except for the house that I have not set up. It's from last year. I have hangers just because I was trying some kind of method. Don't disregard that. And here I have all my house mouse stamps. And then this overpiling jumbo mess here is actually for my junk journal. I tend to have old ephemera, actual trinkets of events that we've done and just little things that I like to place in a junk journal. So that's going to be where I categorize items that I bought. I have ephemera pieces from any type of event, occasion that did not go into the album or the layout. I don't want to just get rid of it. So I pile it there, and you can tell 2020 and other stuff. These I just found recently. That's why they're like way old. But I don't want to throw away even years ago. Years later, I still don't want to. Alright, so we're moving on here to the bottom portion. As you can see, I have a magazine holder right here of all my scraps of cardboard, like recycled boxes of like cereal and things like that. I will recycle them in my junk journal. This little area right here is where I'm going to be making page kits. I don't know about you guys, but I've purchased a ton of 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper, pattern paper from like Tuesday Morning, Michael's, and other places, and I don't really use them as much. So I'm going to start doing it this year for 2021, making my own page kits. Now, as you can see, there is an actual design line that creates something similar to this. However, I just did this version. I have not tried it out yet, but we're gonna see if that works. And these 2 cubes right here, these I got from the dollar store. They're really big size to where pattern paper fits in there. And these were also from the dollar store, as well as all these clear acrylic style containers. They're all from the dollar store. Yes, so they're from the dollar store, and I've decided that I'm going to be placing certain items that I want to bring in for my page kits. For example, I want to bring in some kind of puffy stickers that are going to match, alphabets and ephemera pieces, and I figured I'd probably put my ephemera pieces here, and I could probably have up to 6 kits, so this will probably store 1 ephemera like assortment for 1 kit and so forth. So there at the bottom, I collect the recycle the toilet paper rows that the kids can do awesome kid crafts. And here I have my junk journal pattern papers, and the top one right here that my son left, wipe he used, is my seasonal washi tape, my Halloween and my Christmas. Since it's so much, it stays in there, and I just leave it there for the year. Pull it out when I need it. Alright, we're going to be moving on to the cubes that I have on the left section. Slowly moving forward here. Now, I have these 2 bins here, our boxes. We just purchased this Christmas stuff, and it needs a spot, so that's where it stays. I have some ribbon right here that I just store there for now, since I have not found a home, as well as all my old journals. I love to write, just like a diary, daily journaling, as well as my planners that I used to use, and just a yearbook from like 2006. It's old. Not that old, but it's pretty old. A planner that I had for 1 year. I am actually going back to the planners, happy planners, so if you're interested in that, I really like using a planner to keep me focused and with my goals, and I like to be able to decorate it as well, so bonus. And these boxes right here have old photos that I gotta sort through that I have not done. And here's where I place all my, what did I place in here? I did my traveler's notebooks, or yes, my traveler's notebooks that I've completed. So that's where they kind of like the box that kind of fits for traveler's notebooks, even though I don't normally use a traveler's notebook for traveling based. I normally use them for the smaller stories in the month that don't require a 12 by 12 format, or that don't need to be in Project Life, or I don't want to show the entire story in Project Life. All right, now we're moving on. I have these 4 clear containers. I believe I got these from Michael's like way back when. And I have my current projects from when I crochet or I loom knit. And it is messy. It is not organized. I just throw them in and I have a space. I am not clean about it. Then we're moving on to the left side. Here I got all my cards from mainly like Mother's Day, birthdays, and so forth. I need to hang them up on my bulletin board here, my cork board. I just have not done so. So like I said, I'm just sharing this overview of my craft room because this is the cleanest I think it will ever be. These containers I got from the dollar store. I placed all my pens for my daily journaling. Yes, you hear in the background, I have my toddler playing. And here is a current project for my reading for the month. It is a 4x6 album just to help summarize my journaling. I like to be able to go back to that, and I probably will do a 12 by 12 layout of all the books that I read for 2020. So if you're interested in seeing things like that about my book journey of reading, let me know so that way I can share it with you guys. And then the last container I have is my traveler's notebook for that month, and I also placed the new printables. So if I have purchased a kit such as I see here, it is an integrative bubble traveler's notebook printable collection. I placed it there so that I remember to have that for the months where I am indecisive and I don't know where to go. And this one's on top. This is my colored pencils along with a swatch, so that way I can just pull it out and it's on the go. Here's where I keep all my older photos for previous years, and I'm trying to organize them. They are not organized from when we moved, since they are my older ones. And I tend to document as we go. All right, we're going to be moving to the left. You're going to see this, and you're going to see me. Hi. And this is where I keep my laptop, and I always have some sticky notes just to write some random things. And I don't know what this is doing right here. I think I grabbed it for my son. We're not going to count that. Okay. Yeah, I have not got a, what do you call that? A glass surface, but it's just for my laptop, so that's totally fine. Here I keep my design team. I am on the Tracy Reed Designs for the year of 2021, so I keep all her collections all right here, so that way they are categorized them and I know what collection that I'm working with, and it's just good to have it on hand throughout the month. My son's letter, it's Christmas, he's doing some Christmas letters to his cousins, and I also have their Christmas jokes for the lunchbox. And for whenever I print 12 by 12, I have it there and it's all organized and ready to go. This thing has been like with us forever, and it's normally in the kitchen, so that's why it's like horrible. I like to hear music while I am doing the dishes and so forth. Alright, so I got 2 of these tool chests here. As you can see, my husband painted them a nice corally color. It looks more coral orange than more coral pink. However, I love that color, and that is what you'll see throughout the entire room. And we're going to just jump right in. I have no idea. Oh, this is where I keep the cardstock that I use on a regular basis, which is the black and the white. For when I do a lot of printing for my hybrid projects, I like to work with printable collections. It just makes it so much easier. And yeah, this is where I keep my planner stuff. So I'm going to have my planner here, the spread that I do on the side, as well as the daily journal. My daily journal there for 2021 is right there. And the one that I'm currently working on for 2020 is right there as well. So this is my planner drawer, and then we're going to keep going down to the third one. The third one is where I keep all my punches. After so many, I stopped buying them just because I don't normally use them on a regular basis. The ones that I gravitate and grab all the time are the basic shapes. It's just so nice to use them rather than having to pull out my scan and cut. And then we're moving on to the next drawer. It is my washi drawer. I know, that's a lot. I couldn't stop. And I buy them on sale, on clearance, and from the dollar store. So as you can see, I have 2 drawers. I opened them up and I colorized them, or color coded them is probably the best way to say that. And there they are. I love working with the dollar store washi tape just because they're perfect for my journal and my planner. They help set up a theme. Come on, focus. There you go. For each week, and I love that. And you know, they are the perfect base. And I keep the box too for the ones that your glitter tape that tends to shed, or it has its own backing so it unravels. It's perfect to use with these boxes like I have here. So just another tip. And these containers were from the dollar store, as well as these right here that are holding that color purple. Those are from the 99-cent store. And look at this. See, these are just too cute for that one week of that planner spread that you just want to kind of go all out on food or just going out in general. And I just really love that. And oh yeah, look at this one. This one is so awesome. Yes, so these are $1 at the dollar store. You know, perfect steal if you know, if you like creating a theme for your weekly spreads in your daily journaling or your planner. I believe this was for Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But I always get them on sale. I know Michael's was doing this, their color coding washi tapes. They were like half to 60% off. So I like to buy them when they are on sale. And this has been years in the making. So I may be bad, but it took years to be this way. Alright, moving on. We're going to the next drawer. This is my necessities for stationery, as well as where I keep my wood veneers and some chalk and my doilies and just notepads and such. Kind of like a little catch-all for stationery items. It may change along the way, I'm not sure. And I recycled these boxes from our soup containers and they work just fine. I'm totally okay with recycling. And this is where I keep all my tissue paper and crepe paper. Alright, moving on to the right side of this tool chest. I just keep all my memory sticks where I have my photos and my backups, and then I keep my printer, photo paper. It's pretty cheap, and yeah, pretty much that's all I really keep in here. Super simple. Here is where I'm keeping my layouts for the year, so I keep them in here. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to start placing them in. So for instance, I have a Project Life spread that I have not put up, as well as a spread that goes in my journal. And this one just did not fit in the in that washi tape drawer. That's why it's there. And then this drawer, I have my mixed media, all my paints, all my Tim Holtz stains that I got from Tuesday Morning on a Great Steal, all my Heidi Swapp sprays. Again, these are from the dollar store, these containers that you're seeing here. I try to make sure I don't have to spend too much on my organization methods, just because I'm already spending enough money on the product. And yeah, we're going to move right on. Oh, I already showed you guys that one. Here, I have not really set up this one. It's not 100%. It may change. Here I have my memory. What is this? We Are Memory Keepers word punch, or letter punch, and it just punches out letters in there, and it's awesome embellishment. And I got it for a steal at Hobby Lobby for like, I think, 10 bucks. And I keep some of my jemmies right here from the dollar store and from collections, as well as my buttons and my jemmies or jewels. I also keep my sequins. That's why it's a big old empty gap. I have it on my table right now. Alright, moving on to the last drawer of this one. I keep all my brads, my twine, and my embossing powders and Versamark and glitters all in this area. Super simple. It's been the same. It's worked. Oops. Let's not grab that. Alright. Now we're going to be moving on to our next tool chest. Alright, now we're on to the other side of the tool chest. This is my main work area where I'll always be uploading. As you can see, the lights are so bright. And funny, I always place my washi tape on the the wall if I don't need it after all. I am using a poster board here, as you can tell, just because I don't like how ugly my countertops have got. I place vinyl, and as you can see, there's a really ugly streak, and it bugs me like to ends. So I just place a poster board, use it for a little while, turn around, use that side, and then get rid of it. And I have not cut it. I was supposed to cut this section off right here, so that way it's not hanging off like that, but in the meantime. Alright, my first drawer right here on the left portion is where I keep all my dies. Now, I don't organize them in any way. I just place them there. Whenever I feel like I need one or anything else, I start experimenting, looking around in there, and brings me to look at other ones and remind me that I have them, and yeah, to use them. Here I try to have a toddler's notebook where I have all my dies in one section. Yeah, didn't finish that. And then I keep my adhesive right here so I can just pull it out and use it. Moving on to the third drawer. This is my stencils. Now, these are not the stencils that I use when I do my paper crafts, mixed media, and everything else. This is just my stencils for the alphabets, like for my journaling. I like to use this one mainly when I need to put the days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, and the date. Whenever I'm rushing and I don't have time to stamp out those images, I like to go here and use them whenever I want to make lines and so forth. Even from to the point to where like the cheap stencils that I first started out with when I started journaling when I was younger, as well as the very, very first. These are like not cardstock, but I don't even cardboard. Yeah, like almost like cardboard, and I use these like forever. Now they're just here as a sentimental reminder. You grow. You continue to grow, guys. These were stencils from the stamp sets from Michael's Recollections. And yeah, this is just a filler for I keep all my supplies on hand that I like to use. So I like to have all my scissors here, my Tim Holtz mini attacher, my X-Acto knife, and some more refills and some rings, this mat when I have to cut, just like some filler items that I like to keep on hand, as well as my rulers here. I always keep my rulers there. Now moving on to the next drawer. This is, oh, I love this drawer. It's so simple though. This is where I keep all my Project Life cards. So I've had these Project Life cards forever, and I've made my own. I pulled things out from my stash for my boys that don't no longer use them. I can put them in junk journals and so forth. And yeah, I have these right here. This is a cutting mat from the dollar store that I want to use for dividers to go by collections and brands. Just that's how I function in here, because I have been printing out a ton from Integrated Bubble, Studio Calico, Casey Redesigns. I have LE Studio and so forth. So I want to be able to categorize them because that is how my brain works. And again, I am recycling these soup containers from my kitchen, so hey, whatever works, right? And these cube squares right here, these 3 tiers. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. I have my little kiddo here. Alright, so this is the dollar store. I got these cube squares. It's 3 tiers right here. As you can see, I like to color code my labels. These labels are from Kelly Stamps. It is an online Australian shop, and she does digital stamps as well as digital Project Life cards. And I really, really love her stamps. Labels, I'm sorry, as well. So here are my LE Studio labels that I've printed out, as well as that they came in a kit. If you don't know, the LE Studio subscription, it is a $13 subscription depending on where you're at, and it comes with Project Life cards, and it also comes with 2 sheets of die cuts, and it is really affordable that I really like to work with. Now the last tier right here are, again, they're all color coded, but they are from different brands, I guess you can say. This is actually from myself. I like to stamp out with my stamps of labels and do it with the color of inks that I have in my stash that I happen to be using, and I want them to match. So I love labels. I love doing it where I can stamp on them with little sentiments, as well as sometimes my handwriting. Not very often. If you know my channel, I do not like my handwriting, but it is nice to have. So here I keep my roller stamps. This one happens not to fit in there, so that one's on the side. And then I'm going to pull this one out. Again, this is from these little containers are from the 99-cent store. This is the last collection that I was working with. It was the LE Studio collection in August. And I left it there because I stopped doing my Project Life. I got behind. Now I need to play catch up. So that's going to be for 2021. If you're interested in how I choose to catch up, tune back in. It's never too late to document your memories, right? Alright, my last drawer. It's the biggest drawer, and it gets stuck. We're going to grease that, just not right now. This is where I keep my 6x6 paper pads. Now, I have one that's full, along with some of my frames, ephemera pieces that I've had for eons. This is my newest one. Let me pick it up real quick, guys. Oh, and I also got some freebies from Lawn Fawn when I purchased some stamps. They gave me some of their 6x6 paper pads. Awesome. And yeah, this is my newest 6x6 that I got from Tuesday morning. And yeah, I told myself that once this fills up, that is all I can get. I'm hoping it doesn't even get to that. I want to start doing some something with them now. I have not been using them. I think since I do 12 by 12 or a traveler's notebook, I don't normally go to the 6x6, but I really wanted the whole kit from this, but it wasn't there Tuesday morning, so I was bummed. I know they do like a 12 by 12 paper kit, so I am super jealous on that. I need to look for that just because I love coffee. Anywho, so I need to find a project to do where I attack 6x6. So if you have any ideas, I kind of really wanted to make it work in a 12 by 12 format, or maybe do some cards, see how much I can use out of a 6x6, or a custom album. I really like that idea because I have a ton of custom albums coming in for 2021, and maybe one of them can be where I attack a 6x6. I love that idea. Yep, I'm thinking about that one. Here are some clear containers. Well, I wanted the clear. These are some pink containers that I got from Michael's that I use for my own embellishments. So any embellishments that I made for my stamps, my cut, my dies, they just go in here and they're further categorized by season or by theme or color. And here are the ones that are from the store that I've opened up and threw the package away already, so that way you can just start digging in. And later on, they will get color-coded when it's further down the line. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. So this is where I keep all my ephemera pieces and apparently wax paper. So these are leftovers from a collection. This is also from a collection. I figured since I'm already going to come over here for the ephemera packs, I keep it all in one place. So that's pretty much my method. Now we're going to stick that thing back in, and we're going to move on to the upper portion, to this side. Here is the current project that I'm working on, and I want to be able to put it back away, so that way if I need the countertop for another project, I have this project on the standstill, or standby. Alright, and now we're going to close that up. We're going to move on to this one. Here's where I keep all the photos. Whenever I print anything and everything, goes in here. I use cheap little 8.5 by 11 pocket just to store most of them, or if they're all in 1 month. For instance, for Project Life, even though I am behind, I still am printing them way week, so that way when I am inspired to get back to it, it's already printed out. All I gotta do is grab a collection of journaling cards, Project Life cards, and just have at it. Moving on to the third drawer is my favorite drawer, just because I like to do stamping, so I'm gonna need inks for that, and this is my current layout for it. I kind of go by color scheme, but then also what fits in there. So I have my archival inks. You need to have permanent inks for when you're working on a project that you don't want to have to worry about, for mixed media and so forth. And then a ton of my mini inks from Tim Holtz. I love to have them because the bigger ones would be a lot harder to store, and also too, you get more for your buck. Even if they're in the smaller format, it's good for me. I like to use them for watercoloring my stamped images as well as for my art journal. Alright, moving right along, my adhesive drawer. It does not look pretty, but it is very functional. I like to have it there. I turn around and grab my adhesive, throw it back in. I have some sticky scissors that I don't really care for, so that's fine. They stay in there. And it works. It does the job, right? Now I have my last drawer, which is all my rubber stamps. I don't normally go to rubber stamps as much anymore. I like having my clear stamps. However, I keep these because I generally have them with my boys to use, as well as some stamps I do like to use. Like I've used this one recently, a day. For Halloween, I think I used it. Oh, no, it wasn't this one. It says first day. I categorized them. There's 4 of these things in there by season. So I have a Christmas one, I have a Halloween one, and then I got a sentiment one. This is the Halloween one, but the other one is sentiment, and then the other one is all images. So, yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up, how I do those. Now, I was just being lazy. Instead of categorizing these after I used them, I just throw them on the side. Yes, I know. I'm lazy right now to pull those out, but dude, I just want to go in. There we go. So that is my 2 tool chest drawers. Let's see, what else can I do? Let me move on to the left portion of this. You'll see another 8 cube block. I don't know what to call it. It is not, you know, from IKEA. It's from Walmart. I think they were like $80, so it works. Here I have all my Halloween stash, like all my stickers, basically pattern paper, everything all in one place aside from the wooden stamps. Just so that way it's, again, I can pull it out and use it for that month. The top portion is all for Christmas. That's how crazy I am with the holidays. I do love documenting during those times. I think 2020 just kind of really let me down there, and I just wasn't really that inspired to document as much. But hopefully 2021 is so much better. And then I also have right here, I have these, what do you call these? Like magazine holders, but for pattern paper. They're 12 by 12 sized to fit your pattern papers. And I have all my page protectors for my albums. And these are all the recent, not recent pattern papers, but ones that I have not really dived into, so I kept them there. And then all my cardstock and my specialty paper are right there. Then over here on these right portion here, I have a tool to work with. Right, so that's my mini stamp platform. I have my scoreboard right there, and my fuel tools is on that side, and then I don't even know what's on this one. Oh, the fuse tool. What goes there? Sorry about that. I had to check on my son. My little toddler there. He was enjoying his lunch. Okay, now we're moving on. So anyways, I was talking about how I always have a tool on the side of each of these squares. This square is where I store all my traveler's notebooks that I've done for the year. So the ones you saw in that other box was from previous years. This is for this year that are not organized, so we're not going to jump into that. Here is one. These these white totes containers are from the dollar store, and this one has my miscellaneous stamps, so stamps that I don't really gravitate toward or grab on a regular basis, but I do have. So very seasonal, like for instance, you can see there it's a Disney. It is a Disney stamp set. I grabbed this out for my journaling and for my my planner and maybe doing some cards, but I don't really think I would use it on a regular basis, as well as some vintage ones, as you can see right here. You know, that would be for art journaling, daily journaling, and an art journal. Or planner, sorry. Moving on, here are some more seasonal items. These were just where I was going to keep Christmas, Valentine's, and like Halloween themed ones. And then this one right here on top is the one that I use the most, that are mainly for my planner, that are just functional, that I would use for their sentiments and for planner based. And yeah, so, and my Bow Bunny, just because I use Bow Bunny. These are all from the Tuesday morning that I love to use, so this is very handy. And up top I have some October dailies in the paper bag format, as well as my typewriter that I use right now. And this one we have to fix up. It is passed down from generation. Let's see. We're going to go back down. Here I keep all my regular stickers. These stickers are mainly from the dollar store. They're not designer stamps. Designer stickers. They're mainly Dollar Tree ones that I plan to use for my journaling, my daily journal. I have a daily journal. I love daily journaling. I kind of went away with it for 2020 again. 2020 sucked. But I have them there, and I also share with my kids because they're going to come in here and they're going to want them, and of course. So, all right, moving to the last section of our wall area, and then we're going to be doing my brown table that's in the center of the room. Here I keep my, this was supposed to be a work surface where I get to place one of these appliances or tools up top and then work there, but then I had this thing that I didn't know where to put, so then I ended up keeping this thing. So yeah, we're going to just go with it, guys. Just go with it. So I have my sewing machine, my brother's Scan & Cut, and my Big Shot right here. This is normally where I keep my Canon selfie, but I was using that yesterday, so it has not been put back. Okay, so again, more stamps. Now, these stamps I used every single day without fail. And, well, this one is the seasonal section, so I want them here. So it's Christmas, and some I'm already starting to put New Year's. And then this is where I keep my smaller stamps, which are supposed to be, I actually switched this. This is supposed to be right here. So there we go. So these are the ones that I need to use or have not used, but seasonal ones. These are my small stamps that I like to use as well. So I like to have them in view to where I can see them. These are just overfilling right now because I've bought so much recently, and they're all seasonal. So I really want to hit it hard for, well, I just used this one. He has not got put up. And this one I just purchased. Come on, show them. Come on. I've done a haul, and I don't want to get you guys dizzy, but I've purchased these two. Why are you not showing good? It's that glare from the lights. Wow, guys. It's a gray area. But anyway, so yeah, so I just keep all my seasonal stamps right there, and the ones that I've just purchased that I'm going to be using that are seasonal. My small stamps. Now these is where I keep all my Citrus Twist and my LE Studio stamp sets, as well as my Functional Studio LTE. Here I keep my Kelly Perky, back when Kelly Perky did with Hero Arts, as well as her shop before she was Paper Person Shop, which she is now. So, and then here I keep where I'm making cards, since I want to have cards done and ready to go and to use throughout 2021. That's going to be my biggest goal. I want to start having cards for my kids. I mean, for my family members. Oh, here he comes. 1 second. Oh, is that what you needed help with your juice? All right, now go sit down, baby. Alright, sorry about that. He needs help with his juice. Okay, so now we're moving on to the second square, our second row. This is not 100%. So I was working on a December project with my boys, but nothing really fits in here. It was a smaller die from Tim Holtz that I got from Tuesday Morning, and I thought it would be bigger. So I'm making all these little packages, and then I realized all their Advent calendars items do not fit in there. So I may just place a little bit of goodies and give them out to my nieces and nephews on Christmas. We'll see. Now, I have a ton of these things. These things were from the dollar store, and I need to categorize them to fit either embellishment-wise or like the ephemera pieces after I've opened up their package and I'm okay with separating them within my stash. And I have all my enamel dots in different shapes as well as hearts in here, and this is for Thanksgiving, like fall. He's drinking that juice too fast. 1 second. Alright, we're moving on. So sorry about that, guys. I know this is a longer video. Just being thorough here. I have on that top row are some of my Sharpies and my gesso that I got from, I believe, like Walmart. Super cheap. Does the job for my art journaling. It works. And then just some random pins that I keep in a holder. A can holder. Anyways, yeah, I think this sums up my entire room. Let me just go turn around to the table portion and then it'll be complete. Alright, so this is a section of the table where I kind of work off like behind the scenes, I guess you can say. Now I have two of these coral colored container totes dressers. I'm so sorry. That was a bad interpretation. And it keeps all my looms, my sewing, my fabric, all that area of my hobby and crafts in this area. My husband's placed a power cord there just to help me to light up this light, as well as any of the things that I'm going to bring to my work surface to use, which is so handy. So I love him for that. He's awesome. Now we're going to move down here underneath the table. I have two of these things. So sorry, bad angle. And these things, I think there's two of them. Yes, that's from Walmart. And I place my current projects, not current projects. These are where I keep the letters, tiny words, stuff like that I'm gonna need a place for. And then here is where I keep all my white cardstock scraps, and then my black and neutral colors. Then I have my specialty paper right here, so I don't have to grab out a new sheet if I'm already, I had one. This is where I'm keeping my printables that I just printed and don't have a home for them yet, or have not used them. And the last one is my scraps of all kinds of colors. And on the other side, I have another one of this. I'm going to show you that. It's going to have pattern paper. But before we get into that, I want to show you underneath my table. I have two of these bins. Now, I don't really care for the color, but they are from the dollar store, so they have to work. I have two of them, and I normally place this one on top of this bin, so that way whenever I want to pull out one or the other, I can grab it. Let me show you. I'm trying to do this with one hand. This one has all my stickers and designer, like chipboard and stuff like that, and then the other one has all my alphabets, so now I get to store them right underneath my work surface, and they're getting stored, and it's tidy enough to work. I had to really think of things such as this to be able to make this craft room work for me, since I'm sharing it with my husband, and I had to downsize, basically, is what I'm saying. And you can see the Mike's son, that was for Christmas. gifting, and he pulled it out right there. So these are my alphabets right here. I hope you can see that. I will pull it out in a bit. It's just hard to do with one hand. And this is, again, more yarn, just because I have a problem. I have an addiction. Please don't tell nobody. Everybody. Anyways, and here I keep my mat, so whenever I want to pull out my Brother Scanna cut, I can just place it up on here, and one second. Sorry about that. And this is where I place it. So here I have this binder. This binder is where I keep all my smaller stamps that I've purchased. And they're in here in the baseball style page protectors, and they are perfect to go there. I keep them on hand right there. And here is where I keep designer pattern papers, 12 by 12, and their scraps together. I hate to go through a new 12 by 12 when I had scraps from that collection, so I like to keep them there. Here is where I keep all my Jen Hatfield collection, so any paper pads that I get in 12 by 12 form, and a 6 by 8, then it will stay over here along with that sticker book. And then we're moving on. Here is where I keep a current collection. That is what I'm working on. So here is the Here and There. Yes, the Here and There from Paige Evans crepe paper. And yeah, it's all together because I'm going to be doing an album. We went to Vegas in 2017, so I have an album, custom album in mind. Come on, close for me. Here is the Simple Stories papers. I have them in here, as well as a Ziploc where I keep all the scraps, so that way before I dig into a new pattern paper, I have my scraps to go through. And moving on, here's all my Christmas. You see that thing? It is loaded, guys. I have issues, guys. And yeah. And then here is my fall, which is just autumn papered styled, as well as I think a Jen Hatfield one. So I do like to keep my designers together, or my manufacturers / brand or lines together, but my brain also works in a seasonal format. So if the seasonal version outweighs the other, then that's where it's gonna go. I don't know, it just works out that way. All right. So there you have it. This is my craft room tour. Now you get a bit of an understanding what I'm going to be sharing on this channel. I love paper crafts. I love scrapbooking. I love Project Life. I do some art journaling. I like to have a planner, and I like to decorate it as well. So there's a ton of paper crafting going on in here. If you liked any of that and would like to see it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.